Good morning, people. Welcome to the easy stream. We hang out in my fish room, and everything's easy. It gets done all the time. And this blackberry problem has been certainly easy. It's only been going on for like 4 years now. But anyway, let's say good morning, people. Ah, Bionic Bigfoot was first. Good morning, Bionic Bigfoot. Dennis, what's going on, man? And he left me a poop emoji for 99 cents. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Coming in here and pooping right on me. Thanks.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said Jason good morning.
Good morning, Pep. Andy
That's
Carson's here.
lovely, that is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Andy Carson, good morning. Who else we got here? We got Southwest Treasure Detecting. Good morning. In Dallas. Good morning, good morning. You set up all my tanks again. Back in Florida. Yup. Move back. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I can't take to that sucks. Sorry, dude. Only lost 2 fish in the move. That's cool. Well, not ideal, but worse. Anyway, welcome back. Dennis Christensen. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Good morning, Dennis. Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane, good morning. What's going on, man? 3 Dennises in the house. We got, oh yeah, Dennis. Southwest Treasure. My name's Dennis. All right, there you go. Pep's here. Good morning. All right, Sky Fish Freak. Good morning. Listen in. Getting ready to work. Then listening while driving to work. Right on, man. Thanks for being here. Window Liquor number 5. What's going on, dude? Victor Coco. What's up? Good morning, YouTubers. Cruiser CB, man. What's going on? Good morning, good morning. NW Aqua, yo. Squeaky chair, you hear that? Fish Dreams, what's up? Good morning. All the cool kids are here. Awesome. Cool. All right, well, what do we got?
Scaly Granny, aka Jenny Lynn, said
Jenny
good morning,
Lynn.
Jason and everyone.
Good morning, Jenny Lynn. And everyone. All right, so what we got? Time change. You guys didn't notice that, which is very nice. And I actually kind of was ahead of the curve today, so I already did the water testing. So all I gotta do is change the water. And I was sitting here looking at this on camera, and man, there's a lot of junk floating around in this tank, like particulates. Maybe that's part
Bionic
of
Bigfoot said Scaly Granny.
maybe that's part of removing the sponge filters. I did. There was a little bit of a calamity that happened in this tank this week. The last water change on Sunday, I unplugged the hang on the back filter and did the water change, but I never plugged the hang on the back filter back in until
Window Liquor 5 said it was a
yesterday.
heartbreaker for the Jays last night, but congrats to the Dodgers.
Right, go Dodgers, do the thing. Sorry, Jays. Anyway, so I kicked the filter back on after like 4 days. I think it might have been Thursday I turned it on. And yesterday I found a dead Angara. I don't know. Maybe it was too much. Like, when I kicked that filter on, I was like, I probably shouldn't have kicked that filter on. Because, it's been sitting for like 5 days with.
Scotty the Fish Freak said ACLC swap on the 15th. Spaces are sold out with a waiting list.
That's
Should be a
lovely,
good
that
time.
is.
On the 15th of November? That's cool. Is it at the same place? That fish place, that pet place? That pet place, that fish place, whatever it's called? Blackbeard.
Congratulations. Start fresh at Aquatics.
Lando.
Te Seekers Lando on the membership milestone. Start fresh at Aquatics as Sir Lando has been an extraordinary aquarist for 18 months.
Right on, dude.
Scotty
Well,
the Fish Freak
thanks.
said yes and
Thanks
yes.
for being here, and thanks for being a member. Good morning. Yes and yes. All right, cool. So the 15th.
Window Liquor 5 said this was in the 33 long.
This was in the 33 long. What are we talking about here? This is not the 33 long. What are we talking about? Sorry about the panda. Yeah. I lost track of what you were talking about there, buddy. All right, it was a heartbreaker for the Jays. That's all. That's all. I don't know, about 33 long. Anyway, so I was looking at the tank here, and I just see all this like stuff floating around the water. And I'm just wondering like what is going on with that. All right, and I did the testing, so let's see the results of that. Actually, it's actually pretty good. Impressed. Chart a little bit better, neater. Still all the info up here. We can go back, but
Window Liquor 5 said, sorry I lost you.
yeah, it's cool. All right, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this. TDSs are a little higher, but we did remineralize last week, so I did kind of expect a little spike on that. So a little. Nitrates up a hair. So they seem to be. I mean, they were up to this at one point, and this is the week we didn't change water. Got a little slimy, but I don't think that's a bad number as far as nitrates go. That's probably good for the plants. Phosphates are down from last week. This is after 2 weeks. Morning. So we're back to this, which weeks ago. Yeah, and then it was up. This is where we put the phosphate removing pad in as well, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. That seems like a good number to me. TDSs are up slightly. Everything else is cool. I didn't test the silicates because I don't know if it's going to matter. So, at that. But now, whoops. I don't know what all that junk floating around in the tank is. Maybe it's the Blackbeard. Disintegrating. We could only hope. I gotta turn the filter off again. So, watch out.
Fishroom said, what did you change in the filtration?
I took the sponge filters out. And I just went with a hang on the back. There does seem to be a lot of like junk floating around in this tank. And I don't know what that junk is. I'm guessing maybe that's the stuff. Maybe it's because I didn't turn the filters on till Friday. I don't know. Maybe I gotta turn it up the speed of the filter because it's on pretty low. That might be a good adjustment we make. Turn this on. Either way, we're gonna start changing water.
Geek Boy said middle finger emoji.
What's up, Geek? Middle finger emoji, buddy. If I stir this up.
Fishstream said the sponge filters were probably holding a lot of bacteria particles.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure they were. And not having the filter on for 4 days is probably not a great idea. Well, we'll see. Maybe this is a result of plant matter slowly decomposing. Blackbeard algae looks very brown.
Bruiser CB said HOB may need to be cleaned. There was a lot in the water column.
Yeah, you're true. Very true. We'll do that. I can start doing that right now. Set this right here.
Pass.
Yes, lovely.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Oh, I need my trusty old tray. Whoa. Where is my trusty old tray?
Window Licker 5
Here.
said, drop the sponges back in.
No. No. We're testing. Theories. So we can't. Not yet. Oh my
Congratulations, Scaly Granny,
God.
aka Jenny Lynn, on the membership milestone.
Congrats,
Scaly
Jenny Lynn.
Granny, aka Jenny Lynn, has been an extraordinary aquarist for 26 months.
Right on.
Fish Dream said,
Congrats.
squeeze back in some mom for good measure, Lowell.
No.
Geek Boy said that tank is not sponge worthy.
It's not sponge worthy. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, this is choked up. Lots of Blackbeard in here. Ooh. That means it is picking it up.
Bionic Bigfoot said, put a other filter of the tank.
I think I just need to keep this one a little cleaner. Speaking of hang on the backs, that 33 long is the one I put the hang on the back last week. It was making a hell of a racket for a while, but then it got quiet. So I couldn't get the lid to work with it because that dude made those weird adjustments. Like I think it was a fill line for the fish tanks is how he had it coming in on the hang on the back. I don't know. But the lid wouldn't sit on it, so I just don't have the lid on it.
I always appreciate a good Seinfeld reference.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He said, good morning, fish fan.
Good morning. What's up, man? I'm going to rinse out the... What the heck is this? Phosphate removing pad, that's the word. This is pretty choked up, too. That's good. That means it's catching stuff, right? Just keep it a little cleaner. Maybe I just need a polishing pad in here. Or whatever, some of that junk. Filter floss, that's the word I'm looking for too. I don't even know if I have any of that stuff, honestly. I used to. Alright. Anyway. Everything's cleaned, rinsed. A bag of balls, whatever media. Just a little chip it. Alright. Done. Try to get this thing down the drain. Cool. Back, hopefully. Not making too much of a mess. And this should be good to go. Alright. Now we just gotta let the water drain. The power head seems to be stabilized for now, fingers crossed. Jack, or the firemouth. He doesn't usually come out very often. Those geos are cool. Navajos. Pyrocephalus. They call them now.
Window Licker 5 said, "Is it just me or Dose that one fish seems a little whitish?"
Which one? Is it one of the pandas or is it one of the cichlids? This is pretty choked up. Yeah.
SLWFL Treasure Detecting said, "Hit that like button, it's free."
Hit it! Hit it like it owes you money. Like we were choking up.
P&W Aqua said Powerhead was Rico's nickname in college. Window Licker 5 said the one with the black stripe.
In the back there, that would be the best of them. He was up in here, that way. I just don't know where he went now. Shark, man. He's more of a whitish fish when he's kind of, especially if I got my hand in the tank or doing something. He does kind of turn white, pale. Keep an eye on him though. I don't know where he went. Get that. Out of here. I feel like we're barely even moving water here. Choked up somewhere. I feel like something's right here. Pretty sure there's something in here. Hang on. Need to
Start Fresh Aquatics. Lando said, "I just built a rack to get some more tanks.
Nice.
I now have 10 tanks in just my bedroom."
Nice. Sleeping with the fishes. Alright, let's see. Can we adjust this?
Geek Boy said, "Stop choking your hose."
Yes, this is choked up. I knew it. Knew it! Ouch. Alright, let me get some tweezers or something. Pliers, tweezers. Tweezers probably work better. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a piece of plastic in here. Where the hell did this come from? Looks like an adjustment to one of those small little pumps that I use. Fell out of somewhere. Put this back first. Alright, that should actually speed things up. That felt slow. Alright. That seems to be a little bit better.
Andy Carson said, "It's a good thing that you got an early start to your day."
Yeah. Yeah. It is a good thing. I ordered 3 Hager heaters. Anyone else buy heaters lately? Brand thoughts? I've been buying heaters. I haven't bought the Hager heaters though. Um, the last ones I got were like the Petco Aqueon ones. I don't know. I don't really have too many thoughts on them. They're not the greatest. They're the ones that kind of crap out all the time. But I don't know. I have bought a few really decent heaters, and I don't even know what they are. This one was like they're meant for heater controllers though. They're the ones that like once they sense power, they're just on until the power gets shut off. So something else has to determine when to turn them on and off. I don't even remember where I got. I got one in the 75, or yeah, one in the 75 with the wine Millerai, and I think that there was one in this tank too. There's another tank that I have that in. I think it's in a sump actually. It is in a sump somewhere. I think it's one of the ones on the rack. Alright, well, this is going to be taking a little bit, so while that's working, start doing some of this. I have so much, like, junk in this fish room right now. It's, like, impeding me, right? I broke down all my worm tanks.
I find the cheap heaters break just as fast as the expensive ones.
Yeah, that's kind of...
So we get the cheap ones.
That's kind of what I've been coming across myself.
Window Licker 5 said, I found if you're running an Inkbird temp controller, the heater doesn't matter. The cheap ones work fine.
Yeah, as long as you can, like, you know, make sure they're cranked on. It's when they crap out. I managed all my worm colonies, my black worm colonies there. I broke down all my other tanks. I have 3 2-gallon tanks, whatever they are. That's a 5-gallon. That's another 5-gallon. These are the 10s for the project I'm working on. That's the 10 we broke down last week. It's just like I got so much stuff in my room. I did clean out this
Carson
tank
said,
of all the guppy
my
grass.
favorite heater is the Cobalt Skinny heaters. They have
yeah.
3-year warranties.
Those are good heaters.
I have never had one go bad. I've had them for almost 20 years.
That's awesome.
Fishcapade said, good morning, my favorite people.
Good morning. These are the Schultz eyes that I got from Fishroom. I got 6. There's all 6 in here. This tank was overrun with guppy grass, so I pulled all the guppy grass out, but now there's just like nothing but mold in here. So we gotta clean that. The other thing I want to do is I want to break down this tank. Take the redfin rainbows that are in here and move them to another tank. I'm trying to think what would be a good tank for them. I don't know if that would be a good tank. Nah, 33 long, maybe. I could put them in with these guys, but I think the cichlids might be a little too much for them. They're like candy cane tetras. Cichlids, I meant tetras. There is those dudes, whatever they are. Emperor tetras, king tetras, I think king tetras maybe. Something like that. There's a barb in there from Patty. Yeah, I don't know. It might be too much for thread fins, but then again, it might be all right. What do you think? There's a couple thread fins in there that are pretty small, so maybe we'll take a look at that. But I guess I got to pull the algae out of that. So yeah, we can do. I want to put this light up on here too, because we're gonna make this a breeding rack, right? Let me move you back a little so you get a better. How you looking? How's this looking? A little too like you're staring at the ceiling. It ain't too bad. You're looking kind of like right at the light though, so that ain't cool. Trying to avoid moving the legs. But we're just gonna do it anyway. Hang on. Boom. There we go. Better, right? Gotta keep an eye on that fish tank over there so I don't overfill it. Move this out for now. Back there. I'm gonna take this lid off. Set this lid over here on this other tank.
Geek Boy said move the legs, please. Much less chance of us having to see an upskirt.
Yeah. Good idea.
Window Licker 5 said, Jason, have you had cherry barbs before? Do they eat BBA?
I've never had cherry barbs before. I think those are rosy barbs. I don't know what they are. I forget. They're the ones I inherited. Where is my little tray of algae? I just had it. There it is. This is nothing but green hair algae, boys and girls. And some guppy grass.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said our Seri barbs don't eat BBA. Bootscats said good morning.
Bootscats, good morning. Pulling out a bunch of green hair algae. They're running amok in this tank. My God. It's all like one big clump of algae. Keeping an eye on the water level in that other tank because I can't bring it too low. It's almost there.
Fishroom said so satisfying, Lowell.
Yeah, it is. All right. Oops. Tripped over that cord. We can chuck this. Little piece of plastic. Dump this water out. Now we just gotta let this sit for a little bit. And that's almost done, so...
Andy Carson said, does anyone know of anything that eats that darn Cladophera?
No, I don't know, man. That's that, like, that's a... People actually will buy that algae, right? That's an algae people will buy. That's like a thick, like almost like a moss kind of like hair, right? I don't know if anything, I'm sure goldfish might. Jeez, I don't know. Good question.
Fishcapade said, smash that like it owes you money.
That's right. Listen to Fishcapades. All right, this is done. Now we got to go back. Let's go back. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. Not horrible. Actually, before we go through that, we're going to do this. I'm going to move you guys again. Here's the black Schultz eyes. Let me move this. I said I was going to move those fish tanks. Guess we can do that while we're filling it. Trying to get some of this mulm out of here. It's like too much. not to suck up any shells. There's a lot of snails in here because it's nothing but bottom feeders. Kind of takes them a hot minute. Okay, clogged it again. Not flowing. Check the end here. Sounds like it's clogged. Ugh. Oh yeah. Well, Blackbeard. Nobody escapes the Blackbeard.
That's lovely, that is.
Oh yeah. Probably pretty good. Feel like I'm clogged again. See? Oy. Yup. Had some guppy grass in it. Some snail shells. Alright. I think this is good for now. I don't want it too much. This is getting 30-40% here. 30. Problem is I got a snail stuck in here. There you go. Get out of there. Now we can do this. Since you're all still here, go up. This is the tank I just took all that algae out of. And there's the thread fins. Not a whole lot of them. You can take some of this water out. Just realized there's no heater in here. Give it some of the mold. Moldy goodness. Algae is going to clog up fast if that algae goes all the way down. Ooh. Okay. Check the line. Definitely got something down there. Oh yeah. click the link. Never seen that go up. Oh well. Now we're gonna be removing this tank anyway, so we can drain it low. But I'll try and get it a little bit less nasty. When I go to catch these fish, I'm not like struggling. All that algae. Whoop. Be cleaning that out in a few seconds. Probably just keep it here for now and then catch the fish. That will clean the line out. Alright, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Pretty cool, I can feel it that this hose isn't draining. Let me go fix that real quick. Probably be using this again real soon anyway. Alright. Green hair algae. That's good. Alright. Now. I should take this out of the tank so they know where to hide. The algae that goes with it. Take this little deco out of the tank so they got nowhere to hide. The algae that goes with it. About it.
Window licker 5, said Jason. How's the sump running on the fry rack? It's been a bit with it running. Has it helped the fry hatch house the babies?
I just started putting mops back in those tanks, and I think we're at the mark where we might start to see something, but I did clear everything out, like, I don't know. It might be too early, because I didn't put mops in there until last week? I know the one might have had a couple mops in there already, but I don't know, but it's doing well. We can look at it in a minute. Let me get these guys out of here. I need these. Not gonna be Find that. Let me see where they're at. Oh. I'm not really sure where they're at. Maybe I'll let that settle for a second and we start this. Let me get this ready. About that, that's a good idea. And then we'll come back to that in a minute. Fill this out of the way. Let that settle out before I go in there and make a mess. Struggling so much. Let me get this cord out of the way. This fish tank's gotta move. Oh. Not sure what I'm doing with the tank yet either. That 10-gallon I emptied last week. All right. Pre-mixed. This is the remineralized water. It's 20 gallons, I believe, is what it was. Get this cord out of the way. Remineralized with a Chem equilibrium. Ta-da! Water. Water. Everywhere. Let's get the pump. Start the pumping. Find my plug. There's a plug. Cool.
Xanadudu said good morning,
Ew,
fishy
what's up?
friends.
What's up, X2? Alright. That'll fill up. We'll let that go. Back to this. See if we can do this. See them in there now. 3 of them. Sure, I got at least one. Yep. And a snail. Oh, I got 2. Cool. Only Big Daddy remains. He's right there. Sure where you want. Not in there. Now I do. There you go, buddy. This guy's got like a bent spine and everything. Looks like a paper clip. I think those might be a little too little to go in with that guy's little. Look like both like females.
Bionic
That was like my
Bigfoot
old
said,
male, I
good
guess.
morning, Xanadudu, you're later.
You're late! Alright. Cool. Clean that out real quick. Put that back.
New local Austin said,
Yo.
hello wakey wakey bacon eggs, toast coffee apple juice.
Oof. I could go for all that. Alright. So, pretty sure that's all of them. So I'm just going to go in here and clean out the rest of this tank. here is sand. Water and a couple of rocks. Alright, let's move these guys out of the way. I gotta think about where I'm gonna put them. I think I'm gonna put them down below. Yeah. With the Celebes that were the coals. I'm gonna put these with the coals. Nothing wrong with this tank. It's got my, what do you call them in here? Petricolas. And then the coals of my Celebes colony. So I'll be happy down there.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Hello, Bootscats, Bootscats."
There'll be no threat. There'll be no threat for them. They get fed just like
Window
everybody
Liquor
else.
5 said, "You're always hungry, Jason. You must be
Oh.
not a breakfast person."
I usually wait till about like 11 o'clock to eat. Noonish. It's lunch. I eat lunch and dinner. I kind of usually don't eat breakfast. Drink black coffee. Until then. So, you know. Let's sit there. I'm going to suck up a little bit of sand. That's just going to be life. Meantime, while that's draining, I'm going to grab some of these zip ties. What's up, puppy? You're okay. You don't have to go anywhere. Oh, my, he's here.
PNW
Fishing
has said, "Intermittent fasting for the win."
Yeah. Except I've been supplementing too many calories lately. So. I'm not losing anything. Fishymon's here. What's up, dude? Did you know that there's an ACLC swap on November 15th? At that fish place, that pet place? I just found out about it. You interested in going there, Fishymon? Alright, this is about all the water I can chooch. That is hang on.
Fishymon
And that's
said, "I
about all the
didn't
water
know."
that I can chooch. I didn't know either, I just found out. The ACLC's swap for November. We'll have to discuss it. I'll have to see what's up with the wife, see if she's got anything going on.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Good morning, Fishymon."
Good morning, Fishymon. Alright, I think we've reached the end here. In both of these things. Let's take this out. Put this away. Or at least out of the way. Python. I just finished the water change on the refill. I gotta get these out of my hand. The refill on the 75. So that can get out of the way. So one thing at a time here. That's not good. Shooting water everywhere. Damn it. Stupid faucet. I gotta fix that. Shooting water out the back. Now there's water on the floor. Under the sink. Less than ideal. that's out of the way. That's out of the way. All right, let's finish this up real quick before I forget anything again, like I did last week. Everything's filled, everything's running. Turn on the, what do you call it? Hope it works. Not.
Deb's Aqua Pet
Notice.
said, "Good
Cool.
morning, afternoon, Jason and everyone."
Good morning. I just shot a bunch of junk into the tank. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll leave it on high chooch. And good morning, Deb's Aquapets. Thanks for being here. We're doing some tank stuff. Drained this tank, emptied it, relocating the fish that were in this. And this is going to be part of the new breeding rack. I am doing this late by putting a couple of zip ties together. Enough? Feels like enough. Let me trim off this excess. Those.
Congratulations 3G on the membership
Hey,
milestone.
what up, 3G?
3G has been an extraordinary aquarist for 26 months.
Congrats. Good morning, 3G. What's going on, man? Thanks for being here. All right, that should be good. Good, 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 good. Yes. All right. Figure out where we want this. Oh.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Good morning, Deb's Aqua Pets."
Good morning, Deb. I have it centrally located. Gotta go over that one. No. Can we do that? Whoops. I think that's right. Yeah. Triple check this. Spirit. I guess I have to go that way with it, so. Now, I just gotta. Oop, that just fell somewhere.
Fishymon said, "I ordered Ebo just last weekend from Sabu on his website, and he told me my coupon code is still its Fishy15.
Fishy
He
15,
said I can
nice.
share it with you all."
Heck yeah, man. So Sabu, I mean, you're in mod here, I believe. You can put in the website for Sabu. I believe you're a mod here. You should be a mod here. All right, cool. I think that's that. Now we gotta slide
Window
through
Licker
this one.
5 said, "You have your skull cap on this morning. Was it a bit cool there this
Yeah,
morning?"
it's been down in the 30s at night. Mid 30s. think it's supposed to be pretty cold tomorrow too. All right, cool. Got that tight. Tie this tight. Good enough. Get out these little tails. It's done. Cool. Now we can take tank out. I actually probably will reuse this tank, honestly. But I want to dump all this junk out. This is a lot of water right here. Well, there's a bucket right here. Oh yeah, I forgot. These are glow-in-the-dark stones. Ooh. Got these. My kid got me this. Okay.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Where is Whip's World at?"
Whip's World, party time! Probably stand to get rid of the sand.
Fishroom said, "I just shared his website. Anyone wants Ebo food, and whatever can use my coupon code."
That's cool.
Window Liquor
Cool.
5 said,
I got a ton
"I'm
of food
hoping
from
to
him
not
on the.
see snow till after Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Go global warming. I really like driving my car."
You don't have to give up your car, man. I don't think you do anyway. All right, let me rinse out. Sand. I know you're just looking at a blank spot right there. Bear with me. Whoa. Oh.
Fishy Monster said, "Oh, and I forgot happy belated Halloween, everyone."
That's right. Alright, that's good enough. Let me get this out of the way before I break it. For now. I'm either gonna have to drill that. Turn this off, I guess. Rocket, there we go. that run for a minute. Alright, that can go in there. Alright, I can just take one of these for now. These brand new fish tanks. Stick it right in the hole.
Bionic Bigfoot said, let it snow window licker.
Let it snow, let it snow,
5,
let
I
it
live in
snow.
Seattle. We don't get much snow here, but do get it.
Yeah, this is a good time. I gotta fill up those other tanks. Hold on. What do you call a tank? Schultz eye. The black Schultz eyes. I got these at the ACLC swap back in March. 6 months, I guess. More like 7 or 8 months. Yeah, 8 months. It was March.
Barbara Jackson said, good morning, Jason and
Good
everyone.
morning, Barbara
Happy
Jackson.
fall back.
Yeah, happy fall back. I love this day. It's one of the better days of the year. Get that extra hour and I don't have to do anything for it. Saved it up all summer long. All right. That's that. I guess we can get into the fry rack for a little bit here. So let me put this hose away. There's water on the floor. Sucks. Pop that up.
Bionic Bigfoot said, good morning, Barbara Jackson.
All right, now I got extra fish tanks in the way, right? I think we might have to put some stuff in storage. I think that's not a bad idea. Move this extension cord. Might put the 5 gallons. All right, here's what we got.
Fishy Monsell said, I tell you what, if we get Norris storms like last weekend, we are going to get a crap ton of channel.
Chanel. I got these 3.
Bionic
10
Bigfoot
gallon.
said, more fish.
You know what? This actual whole setup, this bucket, see this? This bucket, almost everything in here. Where is a USB air pump? Where was the last place I had that? I remember it was the Keystone Clash. Here is the power cord for it. So, pump. Good question. It's on here for now. Oh yeah, I can turn this light off. But don't forget. All right, we're gonna look at this mess for a second here. See if I can figure out what I did with that. Because I gotta put that bucket back together. Where's the lid for that bucket? That's probably a good place to start. Where is the lid? Bucket. Over here, maybe? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Fishy Mansour said, hi, Barbara. Were you at the Clash this? I wasn't.
If Barbara was
Bionic
at the
Bigfoot
Clash,
said,
that'd be...
fish tank
She
yard
didn't say
sale.
hi. Found it. All right. And what I did this last year at the Clash, and I thought this worked out pretty well, and I'm probably going to do this again. First of all, I have this bucket that I drilled a hole big enough just to stick this air line through, and this is one of those battery powered, probably stone dead. This needs to be charged. Battery. And then I would, you know, obviously run it. Usually there's power in hotel rooms with this charger plugged in. And whatever fish I had in here, this is what I kept the Synodontis in from Whip. Yes. I don't know if I should charge this now. Is it better to leave an electronic device stored without a charge or with a charge? Good question, right? One thing I do wish is I wish it was USB-C, not the micro USB. That's a good question. Is it better to store it with a charge or without a charge? Anybody know?
Fisherman said, Jazrin, you drill a tiny hole to stick your hose in it.
I did. Did indeed. Anyway. I guess I can let that at least charge it for half a minute. But anyway, I stuck this whole
Window Licker
kit and
5
caboodle
said,
in
I
this
think
5
Whip
gallon.
is in Florida on vacation.
And that worked out really well. And then I just put the lid on it.
Barbara Jackson said, no. Kirk didn't go to the Clash. Wish I had. I hope to go next year, though.
Alright, and this is good till the next convention, or whatever. Fish swap, whatever I go to. I don't really take this to swaps, because I mean, most stuff in swaps in bags, and I'm coming home the same day. But this is for like, you know, multiple days. Alright. I'm going to have to move this refrigerator. Gonna have to move.
PNW Aqua said, I would
It's
say
color
with a
TV.
charge. If the voltage gets too low, the battery may not come back to life without some additional work.
Yeah, okay. That's a good opinion. Move this fridge. I have all these extra lids and glass. I think that's going to go in storage too, honestly. This is the door.
Bionic Bigfoot said all mine are chagged up and Sitting use them.
Door to the beyond. Goes underneath the porch. It's probably filled with spiders. An unheated space. Where was beyond the door?
Victor Coco said,
Bunch of buckets.
look at the full moon on November 5th.
In an old oil tank. Ooh, and spider webs. Not fun. Basically storage. So I'm going to put some of those fish tanks in here. And all these glass lids I don't need anymore. I got to take these mops out. And I'm going to stick these mops out in a fish tank. How can I put them? I can put them in this empty fish tank. There we go. Dusty. We got to do a mop soon anyway. Ugh. Okay. Here's one of the fives. I also have all this glass from previous, like lids, stuff I've never used,
Bionic
stuff I've
Bigfoot said,
inherited.
looks like an old grow room for the 70s.
Shh. Shh. You know nothing. Apparently there's a bunch of Clorox wipes laying here. Probably shouldn't leave these in here. Probably use those. Alright, let's take all this fish food that I either purchased or samples from the Clash. Get that junk out of here. I should probably go through this and figure out what I can use. Maybe I do the medley. Problem is, I've been using a lot of like the golden pearls and but I don't know if I necessarily need these. Maybe I should give them away. That's a good idea. Here, let's stand this on end. There.
Fishy Monk said, I just use those bait fishing pumps. They use 2 double D batteries.
Can't double stack that. That sucks. Yeah, those are cool too. But I bought that whatever from the Clash or from the co-op. It works. Does the job. Can't complain about it really. Does what it's supposed to do. I have this sponge that I used to use in the worms. Plug it in there for now. And put panes of glass. I'm just going to put that one tank. It just emptied in there. So it's not like it's impossible to get back in this room. I could put the one from last week too. That's got all the substrate in it still. Oh well. I'll keep this lid here. Oh. Oh my god, this is heavy. This one's heavy.
Dave's aquarium thought said, good morning,
What's
everybody.
up, Dave? Good
Fishy
morning,
Monk
Dave.
said, I bought one of those pumps and it never worked, had to get a refund.
Yeah, I remember that. I've never really had a problem with mine. I think mine's kind of like, I wish the battery was a little bit better because it doesn't seem like it holds the charge very long anymore. Used to. But you know, you leave it on a charger for like 6 months, you forget about it. That doesn't go well for batteries. Here's all these extra panes of glass. Alright, that's kind of cool. Alright, I think that's it. Throw stuff in the way. Oops, I forgot to turn the light off. Wahaha. I can push the refrigerator back. It's actually a freezer. Same idea though.
Fishy Monk said, Jazran, you have oil heat?
I used to have oil heat. I have gas heat now, but the oil tank is still there, and that's one of the things I'd like to get rid of. Get that thing out of here. So, because it's a relic. Dinosaurs. I guess if I wanted to, I could switch back to oil heat.
Dave's aquarium thoughts said, is there an uninterrupted power system for aquariums? If there isn't, then there should be.
There should be. I believe there probably is something along those lines. But I don't know if it's, I think it's like more of like a battery backup system. Like those, what do they call them? Battery, I guess the electric battery generators or whatever they're calling them nowadays. All right, this can be shut off. This one.
Fishy Monk said, can it fit through the doors?
It can fit through the door. I don't know how well it's going to, it probably fit through this corridor too. But it's going to be tight. And I got to obviously disconnect it from the, like the foundation and stuff that's out there because it's got like a hole, a fill hole that goes through the wall under the porch. Yes, I definitely would like to get rid of that thing. You should hire it. I got to make sure it's completely empty too. I'm sure there's still a bunch of sludge in the bottom of that from whenever it was
Dave's aquarium
active.
thoughts said, you can always remove the door from the hinges to make it easier.
Yeah, true. True. That might actually end up being because the fish tank right there, so obviously you don't want to slam a door into a fish tank. But I kind of designed that, put that tank right where it
Bionic
is, the way
Bigfoot said
I
have
don't think
mine
the
for
door
about
can hit
3
it.
years,
It'll
and I got
hit
3
the
of the Higger
stand
battery air
first.
pump too.
But yeah, definitely take that out.
Dave's aquarium thoughts said it'll give you an inch or two at least.
Yep.
Window
Every
Licker
inch
5
matters.
said, wow, I'm having
That's
a
what she
brilliant
said.
brain fart. Convert that oil tank into a huge bio-rotating tank service, the Fishroom, and a pass there.
Oh my god. Well, if I get that tank out of there, I could always put like, unheated tanks in there. Cold water fish. Or I could insulate the walls. Make it a little micro room. Tempting. I could expand the fish room that way. That could be the north wing or whatever. I'm just cleaning off this sun filter and this whatever deck I had. And get it ready for long-term storage, I guess. Sponge filter I'll probably stick in the sump. Enough of that.
Fishy Monster said every inch counts. That's what she said.
Somebody thinks alike. All right. Let me come on now. I don't have enough hands. Pop that off. Pop this out. Pop that back on if we need it. There. This can go in a sump now. Minus black algae.
Window Licker 5 said, I'm not sure on how you would clean it, or cut the side out and turn it into a fish tank.
Yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. I think it's just scrap. You'd have to clean it. Like, I mean, you got to use a lot of chemicals. I mean, it's been holding oil for decades, you know. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I'd say forget it.
Victor
Cut your
Cockle
losses.
said,
Find something better.
thanks for live streaming Depths Unknown.
Hey, man. No problem. Thanks for being here. Couldn't do without you guys. All right. First off, is there any more coffee? Second off, it feels a lot less cluttered in here now that I've removed half the fish tanks from the floor. All right, let's do the fry rack with the sump, all good stuff. I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick. So I will be right back. The coffee maker never got the update on the time, so shut off early, or started early and shut off early, so my coffee's cold and sad. All right.
Window Licker 5 said, I did say it was a brain fart. Sorry, it was a stinky one. Well, oh well. Bionic Bigfoot said, turn the oil tank into a FSH tank stand.
FHS. I don't know what that means. Do I see any frying here? See nothing. Nothing in the... Yeah, we should label this so I can stop forgetting what I'm putting in where. Right? I know the name. Gertrude's. That's the word I was looking for. Gertrude.
PNW Aqua said, if only you had a microwave.
Only.
Bionic Bigfoot said,
Did he? Did you say that? Alright. Got my trusted little label maker here. What did Bionic Bigfoot say? He said I. Ger.
Fishy Munzer said you just made iced coffee.
Yeah. Gertrude. Print. What happened? Oh no, the battery died. What? The bummer. Triple A's. Well, we'll have to deal with this later. I feel like hunting for batteries on the stream. So we'll deal with that later. You win this time. Fish tank. But I can take this mop out of the parent tank and put it in with the where it's supposed to go. See if there's any eggs. Oh yeah, there are. There's an egg right there. Comes. That's a good sign. Any more? So. I've been feeding them that those little golden pearls. I don't remember the name. Oh, is that mop purple? We gotta go back to red. Got any red mops floating in here? I really got to figure a way to organize these. Here's an old OG red mop. It's so red that it's turning white. What's going on, puppy?
Bionic Bigfoot said, I have AAA batteries. How many do you need?
3. I have them too. I have them upstairs. In like a little bin. A little container. Alright. This is a red mop going in the parents. Dot dot dot. Dot dot. Alright, another red mop. Oh. Yellow mop. Here's a mop. Red mop.
Barbara Jackson said, I want coffee so badly, but I also don't want to get up into the cold. But the heater just kicked on.
Ah, it might be time to escape. Oh. Not the ideal way of looking through this. Enough mouse right now. All right. Next will be Pass Guy Rainbow.
Fishyman said, every good home fix, it man should have spare batteries.
I got spare batteries. Didn't feel like going and grab them.
Daniken
Now you guys are
Aquatic
just
said,
pushing
morning
me.
Jason.
Good morning, Daniken. What's up, Kenny? How you doing, man? I don't see any frying here. These were the past guys. I don't surprise me much. All right, let me swap mops. See if we see any eggs.
Daniken Aquatic said, what up fish people?
What up, fish people? Checking on the fry rack. I do know one thing about this fry rack. I probably need to add water to it. Like I did order a bunch of bulkheads. They just came in yesterday. So the project is moving forward, but I do need to get those like polycarbonate lids, I think. It'll make a huge difference.
Bionic Bigfoot said morning, Ken.
Let's see, are there any eggs in this mop? I hope there would be, but no. I don't see anything. I got the Corys in there too. It was a quarantine tank. So maybe Corys are nibbling on eggs in a mop in the middle of the night. Or maybe they are. Down. Stuck on you. All right, we're going down. Down.
Andy Carson said, I too need coffee. My cat is sleeping on my lap and is nice and warm.
Uh-oh. Trapped.
Can someone refill my coffee cup, please?
Kitty trap. And this is the Celebes too.
Fishy Monsor said, so it's really 11:33 technical.
Technical. While we're here, might as well check the fricatas. I don't really see. Haven't seen eggs in a while. I have to. Down here is the bottom of the sump, but there's also a bunch of fricatas in here. See them swimming. I don't know. It's kind of hard for you. See them in the reflection. 2 or 3. These are. I did clear a lot of these out. I didn't. Those were like the little guys that have been kind of still growing. Thought they were too small.
Fishymon said technically.
Technically. Your inner clock is telling you that. All right, let's see if the celebs have any eggs in their mop.
Barbara Jackson said it's 7:33 here. 8:33 technically?
Technically, there are definitely eggs in this mop. With my fingers. I'm just gonna put this in there. I am going to grab the mop out of the Manatas. This is one of the reasons why I want to set up a pure breeding rack. Because most of these fish are in tanks that are scaped. Stuff like that. Bunch though. And yeah, so I think if they are laying eggs, and A, might not be laying them in the mop. So that's not helping me. B, it'd be nice to kind of be able to selectively breed some of the, like select a colony, you know? Trios or something. Or groups of 5. Or groups of 6. 3 of each. Alright, this is the fricatas. Oh, there's a couple eggs. Yeah, they're usually pretty good with breeding too. Alright, now all I gotta do is put the moss back, but you can see the level of the water is kind of low. Barely covering the sponge filter back here. So I gotta add some water. I'm gonna test the TDSs in back, but let me put the moss back in the tanks. So I did 1, 2, 3 mops. Oh, I forgot one of the mops. I need another one. We got the one in the other Celebes. And speaking of Celebes, that's what I got to do. I had that one fish that I'm pretty sure is a Celebi from the outdoor tub last summer. And he's just sitting alone in a little tank. So I think I'm going to find him a home. Back with his kin. His kinfolk. I was letting him get a little bit bigger. Where did this come from? One more red mop.
Barbara Jackson said, is that the shared heater tank group?
Yeah. This whole system shares a heater and all the water. Let me check this mop for eggs real quick. This is another Celebes. I think I need to feed these guys more on a regular. For them to start pumping out eggs too. Because I don't see any eggs. Doesn't mean there's not any, but there probably isn't. Up. And then this can go with the other Celebes.
Bionic Bigfoot said, sorry, Kenny, that you and Danny are sick. Hopefully it doesn't last long.
That sucks, yeah. Yeah, hopefully. All right. Where's my TDS meter in my pocket? Yeah. So basically water gets pumped up there. The temperature probes are in there. The heaters are in there. It's pumped up to here. Right here. There's a divider here, but got space under it. There's a sponge. And then it flows over there down that tube. The outflow. Hey, there's a fry right there. I see him. Little baby dude. Nice. Sure
Window Licker 5 said,
that's cool.
how's the evaporation? Did you make a choice on lids?
I haven't yet, but I was thinking of doing that polycarbonate thing. Anyway, so it drains from there down this tube here to here. Same idea. It's got a divider. Flows underneath here, out there, and then down to the sump, or here, this side. And there's fish in here. There's a fry. And then back up. The evaporation you can see is always in the bottom tank. All the other tanks stay constant level. So it's pretty bad without the lids. It's not great. It's like 3 gallons every 2-3 days. But there's a fry in there. That's cool. I'm gonna do a little fry feeding real quick, just to make sure you got something. Brush off. It's just
Bionic Bigfoot said, yes,
powder.
Barbara, that is right.
Golden pearls. My trusty paintbrush. Doop. 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 And this tank's got fish in it, so I'll give it a little. Those are bigger fish too, so give that a couple taps. Pretty much how I feed that. Where's the TDS meter? I just had it in my pocket. I can test the top tank. $373. So ideally what I should do is I should take some water out. Oh, I just fed it, so. But I can also add, if I add some RO water in there, it will thin it out a little bit, not much. Ideally what I should do is add RO water to fill it up to where I can drain it, and then fill it back up again with RO water. So, yeah. Yeah. I got some jugs of RO water right here. Got 2 gallons sitting here. I will fill it up in middle tank that we're looking at. Why not? Here. A little quick oil change. Pit stop.
Fishy Monsignor said, Jazrin. Your evaporation is always in the bottom. Tank.
Yeah, because that's where the water settles, I guess,
Barbara
because
Jackson
they're all
said congrats
connected.
on the brand new fry. What kind?
It's that's a Gertrude that was in that on one side. Should have just dumped water on the camera. Whoops, wasn't paying attention. Yeah, the bottom, it evaporates in the bottom because there's a pump that's making sure that these two tanks stay full, right? So when all said and done, when those tanks are filled, whenever evaporation is going to be noticed in the bottom tank, right? If the pump was off, then they would all evaporate at an
Bionic
equal
Bigfoot,
rate.
said Kenny. I don't go to Kid Bidet, no bugs.
So yeah. So that'll take a moment for that to settle back down. It'll pump out. It'll all settle back down in the sump. This water level will rise. Down at the bottom here. Here we can even watch. Let's see. Can we use? Oh, I got something. Hang on. I'm going to, oops, disconnect that for a second. Filling up that jug because we're going to need it.
10 minutes, starting now.
All right. Oh, where are those? I don't have them anymore. Tabs, where are they? Oh, they're there. Here's one. You don't believe me. Here's the sticky tab, and we'll put it right where the water level is right now. That's the. Then I'm going to stick another gallon here. So, be right back. Let me get the jug.
Pum 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 pum.
Stick it in this. I'm filling in the tank above it right now.
Bare Bottom Branton said, what up, y'all?
Yo, what's going on?
Benjamin Peters said, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Now, it's going to take a hot minute for that to settle, but it will.
Barbara Jackson said, the sickest years we ever experienced were the preschool years, little vectors of germ.
I remember that. That was not fun. Get sick like every week. Your kid brought some disease home. Coughed all over you. Ugh. Miserable. Stomach bugs. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. Can you see the levels already risen? It was here. Now there. Almost half an inch. Still rising. We're a little bit better. I think maybe like one more gallon. And we would be two more gallons. I think I would consider it full. Because it's never going to be, you don't want it to be topped off, because if the power does cut, there's going to be water that drains down here, and you don't want this to overflow. That's how I usually make sure I don't overfill sumps. I usually just kill the pump for a few minutes, let everything drain. Oh, actually, have pump has a 10-minute feed function here. I just shut it off. That siphon broke already. I have a. I'm going to make sure that your fill line has a siphon break. I have holes drilled in it, so it doesn't just back suck.
Fishy
Tank
Mansour
down.
said, Jazran,
So as
you
soon as
are a
it'll cut,
stomach bug.
As soon as the pump shut off, the air sucked that open and broke the siphon, so whatever was in here went back down. No fry got sucked up. That's a big thing. And we'll just watch this settle out for a few minutes, and then I can determine exactly how much water to put in here. Because you want this to be full, not overflowing the baffle, but full enough. Then that will be quote unquote a filled tank. System. Thing.
Window Liquor 5 said Mr. Mojo rising. Gotta keep on
Mr.
rising. Oh no,
Mojo
earworm.
rising. Yup. Wow, my stream. Start that. Right on. Howdy Bear Bottom Rantin' and howdy Benjamin Peterson. Benjamin Peters, sorry. No son. Alright. Yeah. I think maybe another gallon, maybe two. And that'll be that. But I gotta wait for the RO system to fill up, so.
Elaine said it's global warming. In the 50s and 60s, we'd have a blizzard for a week abs that stopped the spread. Nobody could pass on germs.
Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of fry in here. I've seen like 3 or 4. Yeah, cool. But what I could do here, take a look. Fast guys. I think.
Thank you, Daniken Aquatics, very much for the
Ew.
10 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate that. And congrats to whoever won one of the memberships. Awesome. Thank you. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, there's Adolphi Cories in the bottom here. They're kind of little. I got to figure out. Speaking of which, I got to dump the redfin rainbows. I have.
Bionic Bigfoot said, Fish Dreams, do you use check valves now? Andy Carson said, thanks, Kenny. You're awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, we all know he's awesome. All right. Yeah. All right. The thread fins are free.
Fish Dreams said, wow, Kenny EE.
Kenny EE. Kenny EE. I believe is how that's supposed to be read. I don't know what we're doing here. What are we doing? We're looking at past guys. I do have a Synodontis in this bottom tank from Whip. Well, tank below the one you're looking at. I see Synodontis in this tank. Maybe it's time to move them. Well, I don't know. I'm on the fence about what I'm doing over here with these tanks. So let's talk about it. Let's go over here. These tanks over here, some of the most neglected tanks in my fish room. They got Synodontis, the Celebes coals, and I just put the thread fins in there. That one's got nothing but Abrosis cories, like the salt and pepper ones, not the pygmies. Abrosis, yeah. That's it. That's the only thing in that tank is Habrosis cories, like 3. And this one's got, I don't know how many Synodontis, like 5, 6. Dead anyway. I can only ever see like 1 or 2. Handful of 3 thread fins and a handful of Celebes. In this tank is all the Synodontis I got from Whip at the Clash. Hanging out. All 5 are still here. That's good. So this was like a quarantine setup. I think maybe I put them in with the adults. Hey, did that light just go? Oh, that was my flashlight's dead. Charge it. Maybe I put the Synodontis with other ones. But I really need to clean that tank out. I also want to find a permanent home for these Cories. I think I'm gonna have to go tank maintenance. Other tanks. This can just remain a Pascal breeding situation.
Window Licker 5 said, LOL, let's talk about it, and then you're
No.
going to tell us what you're going to do. Just saying.
There's a dead fish. Oh no. Dead Pascal. Rip. No, I wasn't. I'm just trying to think of what to do. Rip. Time for, hold on. It's telling me the RO jug is full. So I can dump another 10 gallons in here. Or 5 gallons. Whatever. 1 gallon. 2 gallons total. Jeez Louise, I can't think.
Fishy Munster said, Jazrin, they can go in my tank.
The Dolphois? No. You gotta find a better situation. And I don't think having Cories in with breeding tanks is a good idea either, right? Same thing with Synodontis. Well, not that there are, but... Cool. 1 more gallon and we'll be good. Change that tank. What time is it? 11 now. Would have been noon. Okay. Well, maybe I should do a little bit of a water change on this anyway. The other thing that needs to be maintained is the Celebes that I've been breeding. Work from the top down here. Hang on. Going for a ride. There we go. Better. This is an algae mess. So let's do some of this. Take this lid off. This lid. So hang tight. This thing is like filled with algae. There's also a bunch of plants in here. So I think originally I was rehabbing plants in this tank, but I don't know how much of that's going to happen anymore. Move this. Turn this lid off. Just gonna set that there for now. Put this
Fishing
back.
Monster, said Jazrin. You got on your Keystone Clash shirt.
I do. The one I got from this past Clash, 2025. Know it. Could have got yours too, but you didn't show up. Alright, I guess I should take the mop that I just put in there out for now. This side. We can see what's growing in this tank. Tray. I can take that. Now. Out. Okay. First things first is I think we should deal with the plants.
Window Licker 5 said, how is the 33 doing with that extra HOB?
We can get into that in a second here. I had a bunch of like, see, look at this. This is Anubias that was obviously covered in blackberry algae. Still covered in blackberry algae.
Fishymonsker said, I have a 2023.
Nice. I got that one too. Some years I have two. Because they were giving them out for the aquascapers. Separate t-shirt. That 2 years in a row. Go. There's the Anubias. You have to find a home for that.
That's lovely, that is.
You ain't wrong. Oh, look at this. This is a mess. This is like a conglomerate. Also some more Anubias.
Fishymon64 said, how's the HOB doing, you SOB?
It's doing good. We'll get, well, you know, relax, man. We're getting there. Right around the corner. Trying to clean out some of this. Maybe have these plants, stick them somewhere else. Other Anubias. See if I can get any more Anubias out of
Window Licker 5 said, was that hair algae pearling?
it. It might have been. Wouldn't surprise me if it was. Blackbeard is pearling. This is like a kind of Anubias. Especially in the roots. Roots! Alright, let me toss what I have in my hands here. But I think maybe I take some of this Anubias. Or plant it somewhere else. Spread the Blackbeard around, you know? And not like trying to damage any roots. Really not like attached by much, it's just kind of hovering there. Does seem mostly they cling to the roots too. Interesting. Anubias. You can also see some Anubias back here growing into the sponge. Pull that out. Hair algae, green hair algae. Good. Bunch of little Anubias Nana Petite, I believe. Growing in the sponge right here. Trying to pull it out without damaging too many roots. A little bit of blackbeard on this one. Mm-hmm. A lot in here. A little more than I thought there was.
Fishymon said, spread the love around aka BBA.
Yup. Spread the love, baby. Well, it's not like it's not in those tanks already anyway. Actually glued. It's glued to a rock. Oh, 10-minute timer. Might be the last piece of Anubias in here. I don't know. I have to take a look. Hang on.
Geek Boy said, why doesn't Fishymon love you enough to come up on your streams anymore?
That's a good question, man. Only Fishyman can answer that. Why don't you love me anymore, Fishymon? Dum dum dum. Look at this one. This one's actually pretty good looking. This is like 3. Right. I think that's good on that for now. We're gonna need to deal with algae after that. Let's find a home for this Anubias. Maybe we'll put it in that 33 that we were just talking about with the new hang in the back. Wouldn't be a bad idea. The other option is we can put it in this display tank, which might also not be a bad idea. I think that log fell over. It did. Used to be standing up. Huh. Pygmies in the back there. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this one, I've been trying to do a little more Anubias in
Window
this.
Licker 5 said, LOL Geek, I think it was a contract dispute.
Contract dispute. Yeah. Fishymon's like, pay me. It was not like that. All right. Here we go. Hang on the back is chooching. See it. Also, notice that the power head's not working. That is not chooching. We do have a lot of mold in
Fishymonza
here.
said, Jazrin is a Scrooge with my pay.
That's right. I'm a Scrooge with my pay too.
Geek
You
Boy
get what
said,
I
so we
get.
got stuck with just Jason in the divorce?
Yep. All right. This is full. We dumped this last thing of grow water into the fry setup. Yeah. We'll let that churn for a little while, and then we'll see what the TDSs are at. Ooh. All right, let's fill this back up. I was gonna start. Oh yeah, maybe I can't do that right now. I have to refill this jug later. Change it. That out of the way. Make sure I'm not shooting water all over the floor. I'm gonna suck up this mold. Lots of fish poop.
Fishymon said, "Don't you all see he replaced me with his wife at the clash?" Bionic Bigfoot said, "I don't want Jason, I want Fishymon 64.
Well, there you go. Gotta give them what they want, Fishy Mom. There's all stuff in there. Okay. It did feel a little clogged to me. All right, much better.
Window Licker 5 said, "Did the HOB help?"
Yeah, I think it, well, yeah, considering that the power head just stopped working, I don't know. It's probably clogged. Gotta check on it. Let me finish doing this. But I think it definitely helps. It's not hurting. It's keeping the water moving, that's for sure. I still have all the sponge filters in here too, so I think we got like extra filtration. Trying to get these little pockets that collect. Check the other end, make sure I'm not clogging. There's always something clogged in here, man. Jotun. That's pretty good. Clean up a lot of that mold. Now, bring it down a little bit more. Then we can start, well, fixing A, the power head, B, and then we can put plants in here. I think more Anubias would work great. Maybe we even, I don't know, glue it to the rocks? Or the driftwood? That's the word I was looking for. Thought. Home.
Fishy Monster said Jazrin said I snort aloud, and I said he farts in his sleep.
I wasn't sleeping. I was trying to ward you off. Well, it was much nicer sleeping with my wife than with you, I'll put it that way. Sorry, dude. Just the way it is. Alright. Now, I have done that.
Window Licker 5 said, have you tried a mop in there? There seem to be a few females in there. Which kinds are in there?
There are...
Barbara Jackson said tail as old as time.
Yeah, exactly. There are Bozemanii in here and Alani. Two different kinds. And there's also maybe a remnant of an
Daniken
Irian
Aquatic
Jaya.
said NyQuil kicking my ass going back to bed. Thanks Jason later all.
Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the donation, and hope you feel better, buddy. Sucks. Here, I got turned around upside down. Alright, now I got a bunch of Anubias. Oh, what I should do, hang on. Where is my other tray for plant matter? I had two of these things. Oh, there it is. It's filled with rocks. Oh, the hang on the back struggling too. What I should do is take this off. This is clogged. So, let's do this. Oh, not good enough. Holy cow. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. Oh, yes, indeed. Oops. Just a little too low. Here, let's do this. We'll put these plants in here for now. I just want to take out the sponge filter and brush it because it looks like it's clogged, or at least choked up with a lot of silt. Ending with this one. Here I just disturbed the 397. 397. Some of these dead leaves out. So we're not leaving nutrient bombs. I believe I cleaned these sponges last week too, right? This thing's a cake. They do pick up a lot in a week.
Fishy Monsieur said I gotta go do water changes.
Yup. Get on it. Gotta wring this out a little bit. One of these is a fine sponge, one of them is a pretty coarse one. The coarse one actually had a lot of junk in it. The fine one really doesn't have too much. Oh, it does have some. That. All right, good enough. Let's put these back in. Might need to just put a little more water in this tank just to stop that filter from doing that. I don't have to fill it back up anyway. So let's get that going. Spilling water everywhere. A bit further. There that goes. Just use that like that for now. Need this hose back in a minute.
Benjamin Peters said I can count on this stream to always make me pee.
Keeps the flow going, man. All right, take a look at this. And why is this not working? Hang on back here. Do that for a sec. I'm gonna unplug this whole mess. Hang it over that way. Come on, man. Ugh. Right where they went. Should probably find it. I'm probably gonna need it. Where did that go? Where the hell did that go? pothos. Ugh. Where the hell did that piece go, man? God. Did it go under here? Where's my flashlight? My pocket. Let's hope there's enough charge in here to at least see. Where?
Fisherman said decided to walk the pooch instead.
There you go. Where the hell did this thing go? What the hell does this... Ow. How does this just disappear? It means it had to have fallen on something, right? Ah, there it is. It's in the pothos, on the plant. I would have never found that. Oh, God. All right.
Benjamin Peters said, oh, camera issues.
Camera issue. Uh-oh. Doing that thing again with the... Hang on. Yep. Stupid. I'm gonna have to give up. StreamYard keeps doing
Window Licker 5 said Monty has it. Run kitty run.
that. Not quite. I did find it. Rinse all the algae out of that. Okay, set that there. Let's go back here. Pull out the impeller.
Window Licker 5 said weird box on screen.
Yeah, I just took care of it. Unless it's back. Nope, it's that stupid StreamYard telling me that, hey, are you still in the stream? Are you still streaming? Because I don't actually go live through StreamYard. I just use StreamYard for chat. So I guess it doesn't like that. It just wishes it wouldn't, you know. Ask me every stream, are you still here? Yes, I'm still here. Alright, what do I do with this? So there's this. Cleaned up, whoops. That. Put the lid back on it. Go. Back on the thing. Enough in the water. Plug it back in. See what happens. Got chooch. Okay. That's working again. Now, just need to figure out what I'm doing with these plants. You can fill that up. No, all this little anubias. And a petite. Oops. Bury it. Pull it out. A little bit so the rhizome is sticking above the ground. Hopefully that's good enough. Pretty big one. Right here. All the roots. Work. This one has a rock already attached. Bury the rock. A lot of roots. Stick this. Right. There's a tail of a pleco. One of the 397s is in that cave. These are Kenny E caves, by the way. Anakin Aquatics. Well, I should say Danny E. When I made him. Good stuff. Here. Sure where else to go with this. Little ones. This one all the way over here. Use of these rainbows are in this stuff. Stuff is right in front of this rock crevice here. Probably do a couple like that for dramatic effect. Oops. Bury it, and then I just pull it up a little bit. Oh, fish room shutting down. Got one little sprig left. Whoa. Leaf. Felt it snap. Alright, that's good. Oh man. Got a weird cramp. Ooh. Pull the muscle. It hurts. Alright. Let's fill this back up. I'm calling this done for now. I do think the hang on the back is helping out a little bit. I think, you know, trying to maintain it a little bit more often would probably really help out. I think the plants are going to help out. Once they establish themselves, it's going to take a little while. But we'll let it go. We'll see what happens. Leave it. Top it off. We did
Window
put
Liquor
Pathos in
5
here last
said,
week.
"Are you going to adjust your timers? Remember, folks, your tanks are an hour behind now."
Yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I have to go in and manually update the time on the flue balls. Yeah, good call. However, the rest of the fish room is on one of those Casa timers, which is
Andy Carson said,
connected to
"Looks
the internet.
nice."
Thanks. So the Casa timer gets its update from the internet, so those are already on. It's on the right time. It's just the flue balls that need to be adjusted. And we're gonna top this off. Got some decent flow going here. I think it looks good. And that's that. Cool. Hose away. Put the hose away. All right, so on the tank, I'm just calling it done. But let's go back to the breeding rack thing that I'm working on. There is only, what, 2 tanks left in that rack? One of them, it just has a bunch of blue dream snails in it and some guppy grass and some duckweed. And the other one down at the bottom just has Java moss. So those are like 100%. Cold water alert. Tank got cold. Yep, we're good. Went down to 72. Probably need to adjust that. Fill valve thing for winter, for colder water input. The cold water is now colder. Clean it up. But yeah, so here, clean this up real quick. Stuff down. Get this out of here. Stupid. Probably could clean this glass, but I didn't. Inside. Okay. Good enough. Yeah, so get those shrimp out of there. I was thinking about putting the shrimp in with the fry, with the eggs. I think that's a good idea. I have like one colony of blue dreams, or blue diamonds, I guess is what they're called. I might have some Bloody Marys left in the one tank, and I might have some cherry barbs, or cherry shrimp, in one of the tanks. That would be it. So I'll have to take a look at that. That's not going to happen today, though. I think we're pretty much at the end here today. I'm going to call that good. I got to get more parts together and pick up some fittings. Probably do that this week. Tubing. And then I'm going to have to start drilling fish tanks. I got to get a pump. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out today. It was a good time. Got a lot accomplished, I feel like.
Barbara Jackson said, very nice. Look
Thanks.
sharp.
Thanks, Barbara.
Benjamin Peters said, thanks for streaming Jason. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for being here.
Fishy
Appreciate
Mencia
it.
said, all my lights adjust automatically.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, good call. We're gonna do that before we leave, before I forget. All right, Fluval.
Fish Frenzy
This is the
Addiction said,
33
love the
Geo.
rainbows.
I gotta turn on my Bluetooth. Thanks. Yeah, I've had these for a while. Actually, the first Keystone Clash I went to, I got these. Okay, 33-gallon rainbow tank connecting.
Pum 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 pum.
Boom.
Pum 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 pum.
40 breeder saltwater tank. Updated. 75 Geo tank. Updated. 29-gallon Friccata tank. Updated.
Peplin
Cool.
Creek Aquatics said, thanks for the stream, Jason.
Well, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. All the lights are out now. So I guess we'll see you again next time.
Thank you, PNW Aqua, for the $1.99 USD. Game over, written in a pixelated way. Super sticker. You rock.
Written in a pixelated way. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. And thanks for being here. We'll do it again next
Carson
week.
said, thanks for stream, Jason.
Well, thank
Everyone
you.
enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yep. You got any questions, comments? You leave it down below. I definitely read all that stuff. I respond to all that stuff. If you have anything you need to email me
Fish
or show
Frenzy
off,
Addiction said,
we'll
have
do
a
it
fun
there.
Sunday.
Thanks, man. You too. Yeah, email me there. And otherwise, hit that like if you haven't. Subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks. Bye.